you bring RJ in, you have to take somebody off. So who would you want to take out for RJ? Can you tell me that?
Can you talk about like the possibility of RJ backstopping you in the Gilas program?
Well, that's a long ways away right now. And again, again, he's a young guy. It could be 3 or 4 years from now. You don't know what the team's going to be. But I keep emphasizing, every time you put somebody in on a team, you bring RJ in, you have to take somebody off. So who would you want to take out for RJ? Can you tell me that?
I mean, contingency for Scotty whenever he has bad back.
Well, again, we're going to stay at 12 guys. So, yeah, I mean, he could be a possibility. It could be, it could be, I don't want to mention a whole bunch of names because we already talked about these guys. I mean, I don't want to put pressure on these guys to, I have to. So I won't mention names, but we talked to 3 or 4 guards. We actually had a list of like 6 that we were willing to talk about when Scotty got injured. When Scotty finally told us that he wasn't going to make it, we really felt that he had a good chance to play up until about 2 days or before we went into camp and into the Inspire camp. So, but we just couldn't get anybody to. It was weird because each one had. First of all, we had the visa issue because of Senshin visa. But for the guys who had Senshin visas, everyone had a personal thing that they couldn't get out of, and it was only 2 days' notice. So, for them to get over, and so it just worked out strongly. And I wasn't, I felt like, honestly, and I don't know if I should even say this, but I was good with going with 11 from the very beginning. I didn't need to get a 12th man, but I think for the program's sake and for the visual sake of the fans and everybody, they would say, why are you only going with 11? So that's why we went out and tried to find that 12th guy. Was really more just a perception reason rather than, wow, we really need a 12th guy to be on the team. We knew that we'd probably get a little bit hammered for taking 11. And we were for a little bit. But again, they keep going back to the idea that, that RJ might be a different example because he will be practicing with us and he'll know the Ginebra system, which we're using in the national team in Gilas, but so he might be an exception. But generally, that's one of the reasons Japeth was the guy that stepped in for us, aside from his size and athleticism, but he also knew our system really well. So RJ might be the exception. But generally, again, you bring somebody in, you have to teach them all over again, and you have to start from ground zero. Teach them like we had to do with Mason Amos. So the effectivity goes down.